Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you are doing good. Hope you all are safe. So आज के वीडियो की शुरुआत करते हैं एक छोटी सी शायरी के साथ। मंजिलें छू ली हैं हमने ज़मीनों पर, मंजिलें तो हम छू चुके हैं ज़मीनों पर, अब आसमां में उड़ान भरने की बारी है, आसमां को छूने की बारी है। हम सबका कभी ना कभी बचपन में रहा होगा कि हमें पायलट बनना है। हमने अपने पेरेंट्स को बोला होगा कि मम्मा पापा मुझे तो पायलट बनना है, बट उस समय तो बोल देते थे हमारे पेरेंट्स कि हाँ ठीक है बेटा बन जाना, लेकिन कभी ये हमने सोचा नहीं कि पायलट बनने के लिए क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स चाहिए होंगी, और जो सबसे बड़ी चीज़ जो होती है पैसा, कितना पैसा लग सकता है हमारे लाइक हमको पायलट बनने में। ये सब चीज़ें हमने कभी सोची नहीं, वी नेवर थॉट अबाउट दिस, वी नेवर गिवन अ ओपिनियन टू दिस थिंग। एंड जब हम इतने बड़े हो चुके हैं तो हमको अब अपने कैरियर के लिए कुछ करना पड़ेगा। वी हैव टू डू समथिंग फॉर आवर कैरियर, एंड दिस इज द पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम व्हेन यू शुड नो व्हाट यू वांट टू डू एंड हाउ कैन यू अचीव योर गोल्स। Suppose you want to become a pilot or you have some interest in aviation, so you need to know what all do you need to move into that particular field. So इसी के लिए आज हमारे साथ है कैप्टन तपेश कुमार, जिनको हम बोइंग बॉय या फिर जो उनका निकनेम है तपशी, उससे हम जानते हैं। So there was a webinar which I conducted for my college where I thought of calling Captain Tapesh as a guest speaker because I have watched some of his videos and he is really inspiring. You know, he can explain things in very easier form. So as we all know, Captain Tapesh has his own aviation academy also, BYAA, and he is a captain on Airbus A320 with Air Asia and a former captain on Boeing 737 with Jet Airways. So let's see कि हमारा क्या सेशन रहा था, because हमने ये जो सेशन था इसका नाम था All About Aviation, and we have tried to cover all the topics what are required to to know what actually aviation is about, like not from a perspective of a passenger or an aviation lover, but from a perspective of a pilot. So let's see.
Should we choose flying as a career, or why should you be interested in flying as a career? Well, the first thing, these are more of my own personal thoughts. So the reasons why I chose to be a pilot are, first is a 9 to 5 job is something which is not what everyone wants in life. Some people just do not want that same traffic jam every day and the same 9 to 5 office cubicle every day. So when you enter aviation, when you become a pilot, your cockpit or your office is basically moving. It's traveling from A to B every day. So the views that you get to see, the people that you get to meet, it's different on a daily basis. The sunsets and the sunrises, they are very beautiful. The stars, you can see a million stars at night, and it's every day you're doing something different. Every takeoff, every landing, and every flight that you operate, it's different than the one that we've operated on the previous day. As far as the scope for job goes, see, right now, as we all know, Corona is there. And currently, I think only the people who are making masks or who are making alcohol, they're the only ones making profits. Rest, everyone's in losses. So, so is aviation. Aviation is amongst the worst hit sectors. Currently, the job opportunities are really bad. No airlines hiring, everyone's in losses. Very few airplanes are flying. For example, my airline, I fly for Aviation. We have about 30 airplanes in our fleet. Out of those 30 airplanes, only 15 are flying right now. 15 are just sitting on the ground doing nothing. So airlines are not hiring. Every airline has excess pilots right now. So currently it's bad, but as and when the whole situation becomes normal, as and when the Corona thing ends, the industry will pick up. It'll pick up at a very fast pace because people need to travel. They have to travel. So once they regain the confidence of traveling again, obviously the passenger numbers will go up and the airlines will again obviously start expanding. That being said, India is amongst the biggest aviation markets in the world. Currently, we're at number 3 in terms of volume of number of people traveling. In the coming 10-15 years, we expect to be number 1 in the world. Times things will get better. So if you start off with your training right now, or as most of you would start off your training if you decide to after your engineering, by the time you guys get your license, by the time you guys look for a job, things will be absolutely fine. It's absolutely not going to be an issue. Okay, continuing further, now there's something known as cadet programs. A cadet program is basically the airline will take care of everything. So there's two ways you can go about it. One is cadet, one is conventional. In the cadet program, you don't do anything at all. You just go to an airline after your engineering degree, tell them, I want to join your airline. They will enroll you into a cadet program after you clear the selection process. And then they will take care of everything. They'll send you to a flying school, they'll help you clear your exams. And at the end of everything, they will give you a job if you meet all the requirements. But the problem with this is it costs a lot. As far as the airline selection process goes, it's again very easy. As compared to your exams, it's super duper easy, not complicated at all. It's more of a psychometric thing. As far as our lives go as an airline pilot, we end up flying anywhere between 70 to 80 hours on an average in a month. So these 70 to 80 hours is basically from the moment we push back or from the moment we start our engines for a flight until the time we come back and we land the airplane. So when we start training, we are taught by the instructors on how to control the aircraft. It's usually done by using the rudder. Just a second, I'll actually show it to you. So this is an airplane. The airplane has on the tail, this thing here is known as a vertical stabilizer. This vertical stabilizer has a movable portion behind it right here. The rear part of this thing, it can move left and right. So it can go like this or like this. It's called the rudder. And when I move the rudder left or right, my aircraft yaws left or right, depending on which side I move it. So whenever you have crosswinds, what happens is the winds will try and push you to one side. So what we do is we apply the rudder and we get the aircraft back on. Plus you have something known as ailerons. Ailerons are here on both the wing towards the outside of the wing, on both sides towards the behind. Here you have movable surfaces, and these ailerons are used to control the aircraft and roll. So you can turn the aircraft left or right by using the ailerons. So whenever you have crosswind, let's say I have winds coming in from the right hand side. So what will happen is they'll try and push me towards the left. So I'll roll my aircraft into the wind, get back here, and then I'll straighten it up by using the rudder. So we use these basic primary flight controls, as we call them, to control the aircraft in crosswinds. Okay. So as far as communication with the ATC goes, you guys are all engineers, so I'm sure you would understand this. We use VHF communication to talk to the ATC. Mostly it's VHF. VHF is very high frequency, so it's 30 to 300 megahertz. That's the frequency band we use. Amongst that, we have a smaller band, which is 118 to 136.975, 136.975 megahertz. That's the frequency band that we use. So every ATC has a dedicated frequency for it. Let's say, for example, Delhi. In Delhi, if you want to take off, you have to contact the ATC tower. The tower has a dedicated frequency, which is 118.1 megahertz in Delhi. So what I'll do is on my aircraft, I'll tune 118.1. I have a panel wherein I rotate a few dials and I set 118.1. And when I press the push to talk button on the aircraft, my voice will be modulated on that frequency and it is transmitted in all directions. The ATC has a receiver. He will receive the modulated radio wave.
When you are here,
absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Here. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Janya, for being a wonderful host. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So now it is the time to end such an exciting and amazing session. Thank you all for being such a great and supportive audience to us, and a special thanks to our guest speaker, Captain Tapesh Kumar. So see you all in our next session. Hope to see you all there. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.